Welcome, everyone, to Call of Cthulhu with the Dice Storm.
Hello.
At Murray's house.
Yay!
Because it's my birthday. I don't know when you'll be watching this. It won't be my birthday when you're watching it.
Unless you're watching
might
exactly 1 year from today.
Yeah, unless it's just perpetually my birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday every day, Murray.
Even a stopped calendar is right once a year.
Right.
Wait, what?
A stop calendar.
Wow. Welcome to the 1930s.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. So what we're playing back again is Call of Cthulhu Whitechapel Murders, otherwise known as Call of Cthulhu Jack the Ripper, but we don't know because we haven't found him, so we're not sure, because it could be this guy.
But we do know his name is Jack the Ripper. That's the name the press have given him at this point?
Yes, so there are indeed several names. Leather Apron was one.
That's right.
Jack, Dear Boss was another. So Jack the Ripper came about through one of the letters that he supposedly sent to the police, where he called himself Saucy Jack. And Ripper, because of course the crimes themselves involved ripping the abdomen of the women open with a serrated blade, which we learned about last time.
So we should probably mention that there is some adult themes in this one, and if you are a child,
No, it was just the first one. The second one is where we really ramped it up.
Well, Fluffy Unicorns is the second episode. No.
Yes, if you are sensitive to such things, it's probably best to maybe turn off or
But it's
listen
called
to us in
Cthulhu,
silence.
so
Yes. So when we left our investigators, they had all amassed at the London police station just before Great Scotland Yard was built. So let's reintroduce all of our characters, and then we'll go on some investigations. Benjamin.
Go start with Nathan.
But Benjamin, you look so ready. I would hate to take that away from you.
Me?
I know, you know what, I can do it if you want. Are you ready? You felt like, I just felt like you didn't have the ready vibe. Alright, hello, I'm Tip Mumphrey. It's a really...
Ben, starting with Ben.
No, so, my character...
And starting with Nathan.
Okay, cool, we'll edit that out. Yeah, you can... Okay, cool. Anyway, hello, my name's Tim Mumphrey.
And Ben.
My character is a bit of an entrepreneur. He's a bit of a, has one suit and is just incredibly, he kind of like anything to get $1. So he's very much like always like anytime there's an opportunity to make £1, he'll definitely be on it. Has one suit, it's all frayed at the edges, but he kind of looks professional from a distance. And yeah, he's pretty good at what he does, and he's been having a few sleepless nights with dreams.
Yes, as have we all.
So say we all.
True that. My character's name is Finch Diggles, and he's an actuary. So he assesses risk.
He's actually what?
There's no jokes there.
No,
that's
He's
what
actually an actuary.
Actually,
He's actually an actuary.
Yep.
And he's been assessing risk throughout the place, especially at the brothels. A lot of risk there. Who would have thought? And knows Celeste, and has been having troubling dreams, and that's why it's led him to the museum, which we learnt about last time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm playing Harry Fitzroy.
Harry
is a publican, and he's a simple fellow, but he's had some strange dreams.
I am playing Celeste Davis, and she is a lady of the night, and sort of not by her choice, she is also a police informant, so she is a snitch and has a couple of contacts in the police station as well, and so they're leaning on her to try and help solve this mystery. And she has also had a rather troubling dream the night before. She dreamt of the latest murder as it was happening, and so that's kind of freaking her out a little bit. And the latest murder is the most gruesome one out of the lot of them. So.
Also, your cousin? Who's your...
Yeah, cousin, Inspector Davis.
Inspector Davis
Right.
is you're snitching to your cousin.
I'm
who's in
snitching
the
to
police force.
my cousin,
Yeah. Great guy. Your cousin.
Very nice guy.
Really nice guy.
Yeah. But not doing a great deal to stop women getting murdered in the streets. So
Not really,
But then no one is, so
No,
it's kind of a level playing field.
Yeah. All right.
I am Septimus Butley, And I am the very model of a modern Major General. I've information, animal and vegetable and mineral.
I love
We'll
it.
catch this Jack the Ripper fall behind him. We are just one step. But somewhere deep inside, I am afraid he's nigh our Lothartan.
Oh,
Yeah, well done.
I like that. The one thing Ben's
Very
like
nice.
worked on something.
yeah, no, I think that was
What's
brilliant.
next verse? Go, go, go.
No, that's all I've got.
And-
Yeah, that was brilliant spontaneity there,
So
Benjamin.
my character.
So you are at the police station. So you see this bunch of gentlemen,
Excellent.
the coppers, and of course we explored last time why they're called coppers, because their buttons resemble
Buttons,
pennies,
yes.
which were copper
Yes.
pennies.
Yes, I could have told you that.
If you're
Yes,
feeling
indeed.
an earthquake, it's just Nathan with the camera. It's not actually an earthquake.
He's just
Right.
afraid
Right.
after that moment of brilliance that it would be tragedy.
That was
if it
the
lost.
sound of the thunderous applause and Benjamin's
Yay,
imagination.
That's
The,
right.
the reason why it needed to be done was because it could go over 30 minutes, and I forgot which setting it was on. So if it goes off at 30 minutes, I will be able to catch it. If I
Ah.
Good
I'm
idea.
sure our
Nice.
viewers will be,
Technological.
I'm
Yes.
sure our
Well,
viewers will be
Wondering?
well, yes,
Words.
very,
Right.
very
Words.
Our viewers will be
So-
viewing.
Yes. Inspector Davis takes you all into the police station. You go past these very stereotypical-looking police officers of the time. They are all looking at this very strange conglomeration of individuals, peculiarly, but in recent times that has been a sort of a standard because trying to catch this killer as the panic rises amongst Londoners has
Yes.
led to some very unorthodox methods. So.
I pat the puppy.
Can I ask a quick question? Like, what are we talking about in terms of the public's response to these murders? Is it like, is there anything that we would be able to relate to in terms of like in terms of like how much, like, is it just absolutely covering? Are we over?
Yes, it's covering the newspaper,
Oh,
The US
even
though
as
is
far
like-
away as
yeah.
the UK, as the USA. There are posters going up all over the city with illustrations of the murders, and you know, having seen these things in your dreams, these illustrations are nowhere near as graphic as the things you saw. But they are everywhere. There's the London Vigilance Committee, which is basically the precursor to Neighbourhood Watch. So concerned London citizens agreed that they would go out and that they would patrol the streets of London on their own as sort of like a vigilante committee and try and stop these murders from happening. One of them, the founder of them, got sent a kidney, half a kidney, and the author of the letter to him said that he had eaten the other half of the kidney, and the kidney was identified as Catherine Eddowes' kidney. So there's sort of... And then on the other side, you've got letters to newspapers and the police that people think are hoaxed letters of people being copycat or wanting to have some form of notoriety, and so they're claiming to be Jack the Ripper. So by this time, so we're on November 1888, the Jack the Ripper title has started to stick. The official police version is Whitechapel murders. They aren't calling
Yes, yes.
They're
or
trying to
identify
dampen down the...
what. So there's a series of murders that happened before Jack the Ripper that strangled their victims. So it's not the same modus operandi. So they're trying to say these are Whitechapel murders. And then there are other panic merchants who are saying they're all being done by the same person. They're all being done by the same being. And it's sort of taken on a monstrous and worrying sort of alien quality that this thing that's doing these murders can't be caught. It can't be seen, that when there are witnesses, the stories that the witnesses give are automatically contradictory, and that could be an effect of whoever's doing these murders is appearing as different things to different people. So all of that has
So this-
put people
yeah.
on
Oh, it's super
alert.
rich, but are they like? So is it as big as we kind of like in our head? It was like that was all anybody could ever talk about at the time.
well, I mean, I'm looking at the cover of the New York Herald here, and it's all Ripper stuff.
Yeah,
It's
so
every single article is about. Like, there's
And
no
that's
other
not even
news
in
on the
London.
front page.
yeah. So it's a big deal at the time. There's worries because, of course, life goes on. There's worries that whoever the murderer is may spread further afield. There's obviously still ships going from London to Australia, to New York, and so there's almost a sort of a containment idea that the Ripper might get out of London because it's too hot, and go and start murdering further
London's,
afield.
London's known for being too hot.
Yes, well, hot in a crime scene. Sense. Yeah.
And plus the copycat killing.
Yes, well, that's another worry, is that are all of these the same person, or is this someone copying? Like these 5 is someone copying one of the others.
And if that gets out as well, and people start mimicking it.
So there's police reports. You get handed all of these. This guy is clearly desperate because he starts giving you out all of these witness reports. You don't have to read them, but they are all here in facsimile form. So I thought I would dish them out to you.
It wouldn't be a Murray game without
without handouts.
You know what would make it easier to read this?
magnifying glass.
Oh.
Sad face.
Can you read these out, Nathan?
So,
all of them. Just go.
So there are police reports.
Wow.
You gain from all of these that there have been 2,000 people interviewed.
Oh
There have been 300 investigated and 80 have been detained.
Quick question.
Yes.
Why is their handwriting so amazing?
It's all amazing. Even when you start to look at some of the supposed letters from the murderer, the handwriting's quite nice.
It makes me suspicious that this person, this murderer, is obviously not some sort of hobo or blow-in or even a foreigner, perhaps, like some people have been racially motivatedly suggesting, but someone who's upper class and has a certain degree of power and finesse.
Someone like you.
Why would he be aiming at low prostitutes from Whitechapel?
Yes.
Well, we're at our most vulnerable. We don't have a support system. We don't have, we're going alone. We're going into men's carriages, and we're easy targets.
So you would say it would be, if you knew about how high the risk was, it would be easy to be the perpetrator.
Yeah, it's...
Seems almost ritualistic to me.
Perhaps also it might be some kind of moral judgment on people such as yourself, you poor wandering one, as you were.
Yeah, we're all about the morals here, aren't we?
Men have needs.
Yes,
Yes,
but some
they
people
do.
object to the needs of men. Look, I'm sure prostitution will be legalised, in 10 or 20 years.
That's a great point. Is it legalised?
Yes.
It's not. It's more legal frowned upon than legal, but it's.
Oh, that's rather off-putting.
There we go.
And then, of course,
Well, it was legally
The
frowned
scary.
upon, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Ben?
yeah, I think your laptop just judged me.
We're saying frowned upon computer, not.
Is it called prostitution?
It is absolutely prostitution, and
yes.
brothels are rampant, but
Yes.
there's so many of them, it's impossible to clamp down on them.
Right.
And with the murders that are happening, it's much more the circumstances which led these women to becoming prostitutes. That's the problem, not the fact that they were.
Well, women have choices in these sorts of matters, don't they?
And then, of course, there are these.
We should probably preface by saying there's characters and then there's players. Hey,
Yes.
we should
That's
probably
my
just say
character's
that into
opinion.
carry. There were play characters.
My character is going to be a bit hoity-toity.
And that during time periods,
Yes.
So
the
these.
characters have certain
Value structures.
value structures that
More
are different.
interesting for the game.
Yeah.
These are the letters.
Have you printed
that
them out?
we have received.
Ooh, this is a Murray
from
writing.
various people claiming to be the Ripper, and as you can tell from reading those, that
Their spelling's not great.
the spelling's not great. So what you were saying, that someone could be of the lower classes, others are very articulate, and
This
it would be
spelling
hard to
is
know
excellent, yeah.
what they're saying. The problem we have is, of course, that some of these came with bloodstains and fingerprints, and one to George Lusk came with a kidney. So
That's the one I got.
these are brutal, and if they are copycats, then we are in the midst of a horrendous crime spree. What does yours say, Septimus?
Mine says, "Dear boss, I could sing it to the tune of the Pirate King, if you like."
No thanks.
Yes, that's
I
how he
don't,
lighted
I
the
don't
mood.
know that
No.
levity's all good, sir.
Oh,
but,
okay, okay,
I think
Well, there's never mood so low that Gilbert and Sullivan can't raise the spirits.
Yeoman of the Guard's my favourite.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes.
No, perhaps I should just read it.
It's like, yes.
Can I declaim it in an actor way? No.
Yeah,
And that would be
yeah,
different. How?
Yes.
Dear boss, Yes. Okay. I keep on hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I have laughed when they look so clever and talk about being on the right track. That joke about leather apron gave me real fits. Interesting. I am down on whores. I believe he's referring to you.
Yeah.
I shan't quit ripping them till I do get buckled. Buckled, oh I see, yes. Grand work the last job was. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and want to start again. You will soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle. Using my erudite observational skills and logical rationale, I believe the red stuff he's referring to is probably blood. In a ginger beer bottle over the last job to write with, but it went thick like glue and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope. Ha ha. Oh, I see this letter is in red ink. So do you want the rest?
Yes,
There's
sorry,
not too much more.
sorry.
The next job I do shall clip the ladies' ears off and send them to the police officers just for jolly, wouldn't you? Keep this letter back till I do a bit more work and then give it out straight. My knife's so nice and sharp, I want to get to work right away if I get chance. Good luck, yours truly, Jack the Ripper. Don't mind me giving the trade name. P.S. Wasn't good enough to post this before I got all the red ink off my hands. Curse it. No luck yet. This is almost my own voice, yes. They say I'm a doctor now. Ha ha.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He's taking notes at your slip of the almost my own voice. What? So that was
That's
the
amazing.
Dear Boss letter, which gave us obviously the title of Jack the Ripper. And there are details in that letter that no one could have known.
Oh, really?
Unless the clipping the ears.
And that happened.
So this letter wasn't released to the press?
Yes, it was. There's no sense, and we don't hold that kind of thing back.
But before, there's some information in here that wasn't released to the press yet for people to know before this letter.
Not when we
was
received it, no. But the letter was printed in the papers because we want to try and catch this killer. So if there is anyone who can lead us to someone who laughed at the leather apron joke or who refers to themselves as the Ripper, then we want to
have red ink on their hands.
It is divine.
Anyone who's carrying blood around in a ginger beer bottle is someone we want to catch.
It is divine handwriting. D is quite exceptional on the first word.
What about yours, Celeste?
Certainly his skill with a pen is very...
Are you able to read? I'd hate for everyone to embarrass themselves if you can't read.
I'm alright, love.
If you
I
can't
can read.
Just let me know.
All right,
you are a
love.
woman as well, you know.
Yeah.
Once again,
As you-
separating that
as you
character.
I can take over if you like. Look, I'll look over your shoulder and read at the bits
we don't have people who help us who can't help themselves.
Okay. Oh, that was the wrong accent, wasn't it? Oh, yes.
What accent was that? You was just betraying there.
So this lovely missive, this lovely missive was given to us on a postcard.
Oh, what was the photo?
I believe it is a fingerprint, a bloody fingerprint.
A bloody fingerprint. I was not coddling, dear old boss, when I gave you the tip. You'll hear about Saucy Jack's work tomorrow. Double this event.
Make a roll, please. He just licked the fingerprint.
Oh, dude.
In this case,
53.
There's no separation
You
between character
get a
and
son of a shudder and you see the blade again.
Oh, hang on. I can do that.
Do we actually know which ones are real letters and which ones are copycats?
No, we don't. That's the problem. We think some of them are not real, some of them are. We're not sure. He is now, but that's.
Yeah, I just go really pale.
I wouldn't do that again.
Are you all right, son?
That's a real.
Did you finish reading all yours?
No.
No.
Okay.
That's a real.
It's a real.
Carry on.
I was not coddling, dear old boss, when I gave you the tip. You'll hear about Saucy Jack's work tomorrow. Double event this time. Number one squealed a bit. Couldn't finish straight off. Had got no time to get ears off police. Thanks for keeping last letter back until I got to work again. Jack the Ripper.
I believe we can deduce that this letter came after this letter fairly directly.
Can I see?
Well,
can
that
I see
was-
can I see
that
the
was-
No,
We
I'm not
received-
giving it to you again.
We received that one on the 1st of
It's-
October
it's-
after the double event of the 30th of September.
Ah,
Wow, the day after.
So
Yes.
there's bloody fingerprints on this one.
there is bloody fingerprints on it.
It's a real letter. It's that one's not a copycat.
How are you able to deduce this fact?
I saw a vision of the knife, the same dream. That same one that was in my dream was the same one that came from tasting the blood.
When you licked it.
Taste it yourself. If
Oh, can you lick this one too then?
Oh.
That's a piece of evidence.
There's no blood on it.
Oh yes.
Moron.
But it's been near the Ripper potentially.
Well, taste it yourself. My
It
goodness.
would harm my voice or anything. Isn't it?
I don't.
Give me a fast talk roll. Oh,
Oh,
It's kind of fast or
Fast talk.
fast talk him. Taste
Oh.
it yourself.
I'm not sure what I'm trying to accomplish.
trying to
Make
get
him
it.
taste it.
Oh, I'm not trying to accomplish anything.
Oh, you don't want
from-
him- you
No,
don't-
no, no, no. I'm not trying to convince him at
Taste
all.
it.
I'm actually it's dismissive.
Oh, okay.
It's dismissive.
Well-
this was sent to the Central News Office. He's not even goading the police anymore. He's going straight to the press.
I swear to you that one's real. That one I have no idea. But that one
But
is
they both
real.
refer to boss. So
If this
There's
one
some
is,
connection.
if this one is right, then
Do
that
you
one is
lick-
right.
Well, I'm not a detective.
Taste
but
it yourself.
Would you mind licking this, perhaps? being born.
I've licked a lot of things in my life, love, and I'm not licking that.
wow.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, very
Give
well.
it to me, give it to
Oh,
me.
good.
Johnny.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'll
Just for consistency's sake, we don't want to change the liquor.
It's ridiculous. I'll taste it.
Okay.
Go on.
Don't think he had the ink, didn't he? What was he
Yeah,
saying?
it's just
It was just red.
No, it's not bloody ink.
Yeah,
no.
you don't
Yeah.
get any.
I don't get any sense from it, but that doesn't say anything because there's no blood on it. But who knows how this ridiculous thing works? But I swear to you that one there has something to do with it. And I would stake my life on it that is a legitimate letter written by whatever this.
I see
Person
fingerprints
is-
on this. Have you tested this? Is there a database of?
I know
data-
a killer when I see
A database, a database of fingerprints that are kept on call of known
That's a
criminals.
great idea. That is. I think we
I was
could
about to say,
start.
we had a
I
reference.
think we could start that database.
right.
Would you mind?
Scotland
giving us
Yard.
your finger.
I am a man of great ideas.
Excellent. Well, we will start with you. Right. I will
Alright.
see what I can do.
Yes, excellent.
We'll put everybody's on.
You and him.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
What
about
a
yours?
great idea. You
Well,
are such a smart
Harry, what did
man.
yours say?
Well, mine's a bit different, eh? It says, from L, Mr. Lusk saw, I send you half a kidney I took from one woman, preserved it says preserved it for you, t'other piece I fried and ate, it was very nice. I may send you the bloody knife that took it out if you only wait a while longer. Signed, Catch Me When You Can, Mr. Lusk.
Huh.
yeah.
Which seems a bit different to
Seems
yours.
radically different, yes.
The spelling is atrocious.
It wasn't just your terrible reading.
No, I'll show you. Look.
So the handwriting is not the same.
Oh, yes.
And the
But
spelling is
The
terrible.
handwriting on the postcard and the letter are not the same, but they seem to be from the same person or group who know
Or personality.
or thing. Yes. Whereas that one was sent to Mr. Lusk,
Or
who
thing.
was the organizer of the vigilance committee.
But it was
What-
sent
what
with
do
a
you mean
human
by-
kidney.
Yes,
What do you mean by
Was
thing?
it definitely human?
we're not sure.
But
Are
you
you
said
sure
it
It was
was
a
human-
woman's kidney, and it matched the fact that Catherine Eddowes had had a kidney removed, and it was the same left kidney.
But
How can someone who spells that way,
And
who
writes
is not
that way.
referring to themselves or writing in the same way as the other two,
That's very
get that
mysterious, yeah.
detail right? Because we kind of learned that lesson. We didn't put the detail out that her left kidney had been removed, and then he receives half a left kidney in the mail, and the letter claims that he ate the other half.
Is the kidney still here? Do you have it as evidence?
We can't keep kidneys.
He could, he
Of
could
course you can. In alcohol.
2 weeks. No.
It's vinegar.
It was,
you know-
it
do you
was
know how to
sent- look, the Royal Mail's pretty good, but when they send kidneys in the mail, they're not. They're a bit whiffy.
it sounds like you know how to preserve it. So, you know, he might
course
be able to
you
help
can.
you.
Logical.
There's another thing. maybe he's deliberately making spelling mistakes to throw us off the scent.
Or maybe he's writing with his other hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I spell really well with my right hand, but my left hand's terrible.
No, not the spelling dummy,
What
but
would
the
you like
handwriting.
to do with this, detective?
Was there blood on that one?
Well, you're the detective. You tell me.
There
If only
seems
we
to
had-
be blood on it.
If
Is
only we-
there?
Where? Lick it. Do it.
Lick it.
Make it faster.
Well,
I'll
you-
taste
Can I-
it. I'll taste
Yeah,
it. Yeah, do it.
Make a roll.
It's like a royal taste.
Holy
tester.
crap.
Right, taste tester.
What's that? That's 100.
Oh my god, I can't read these dice. 60. 60.
That's real.
You get the
No,
flash
it's
again.
fake. No, I see an image. I see an image of the knife.
Yeah.
I see an image of the knife. On this one too.
Can I analyse the sentence structure of that letter
Of course you can.
from my
You're from a
from my
brothel.
experience?
Go for it. You're obviously equipped to
My
do
most
this.
trusted informant.
What you need, darling, is someone with an education
So-
like me.
Psychology? Can I use psychology?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man.
What is it, libraries?
49. I missed it by 9.
I love it.
Yeah, you're
Push
you
it,
get,
push
you
it.
get the
Here,
idea.
here, darling.
Can I?
You get the idea that there's something here that there's some connection, but you can't knuck it down.
Give me a turn. I'm sure I can work it out.
Can you push it? Or no?
No.
I could, but the
What are we? What skill are we using?
You kind of
I'm
want
using
You
to.
use
psychology.
psychology. You could use library use, I suppose.
Yes. Oh, library. Yes. Well,
I don't think you've had as
actually-
much experience to the human mind as I have, love.
Oh, I think I might indeed. And nothing quite like an education in Latin and music and
So you
several types
notice-
of things. I get a really good success.
Yeah, you notice the idea that they're referring to themselves in the first person.
Mark it off, Ben.
Is a similarity, and even though the
Yeah,
articulation and the education apparent in the two, and even the three, that there's some linking identification happening, even if that spelling is not a ruse. So even if that spelling is actually a person, you sort of get the sense that there's a link.
I definitely feel there's a similarity in the style of the cadence of there's almost a musical thread that runs through the three letters, you see. Someone such as yourself wouldn't be able to tell such a thing, but with
No.
my education you can.
Mark it off, Ben.
Where'd
by the
you
way.
find
Mark
it?
it off in your character.
Ah, yes, yes.
In a gutter somewhere.
Gutters at the British Museum are getting worse, aren't they? Really? I think we're going to have to change our meeting.
I think we will.
What about your
So
letter?
the handwriting is different between the people,
Between the three
and that is
letters.
obvious.
But he thinks there's a connection.
And
Yes.
that, and it couldn't possibly be that they're different hands because we have different letters.
What?
The different slants of them.
Well, there's three different letters, so unless he's got three
Well,
arms, I
What
suppose
could be
it's-
the answer to three different hands knowing the same information, giving us three different letters with differences that are all
Well, I'm a God-fearing man,
true? What does yours say?
but I shall read mine first before I give the conclusion.
I like that you confidently went through the handwritten version.
Yeah.
Old boss, you was right. It was the left kidney I was going to operate again, close to your opposite, just as I was going to draw me knife along of your bloomin' throat. Them cusses of coppers spoilt the game, but I guess I will be on the job soon. I'll send you another bit of innards, Jack the Ripper. Oh, have you seen the devil with his microscope and scalpel are looking at a kidney with a slide cocked up?
Whoa.
What?
And there's smudges but no blood from what I could tell.
So there was a crime that was interrupted, is that right?
That was the
Yes.
double event on the
Yes.
30th of September.
Yes.
She
where,
was talking about on this one.
Yes, yes.
yeah. So there are, but the problem is, by the time we received that one, the media knew.
Yes.
So we don't know if this one, and it strikes us as different, but we've got so few. I mean, there's also this postcard, again another postcard, which he drew a self-portrait
Yeah.
on it, and it's like he's mocking us for not being able to find him. Do you see that in any of your dreams?
I saw no face.
I didn't see a face. Did you see a face in your dream?
Actually, is that?
Oh, it's right. It's ruined all the evidence.
He's quite a good.
Hang on, that's my
No, he
character.
That's
Really my character.
Does he call himself Sir?
Like,
Sir Jack the Ripper.
Oh,
so we're going
Delusions of
in
grandeur.
Yes.
swings and roundabouts. We've got
Did
people
you
who
get
are
one?
uneducated,
Yeah, I
people who
got
are
this one.
educated. We
I didn't
don't
get
know.
that.
We
I
don't
don't
know.
I-
And then you, sir, you've got the various different reports of the graffiti. Now, the problem with the graffiti was that when Catherine Eddowes was murdered, a bit of an apron was found at a different location. Where the apron was found was this graffiti written on the wall. Now, the problem with that is that the officer who saw the graffiti, he was a bit messed up. And so he said that he read one thing, and then the next one said something different. So those four are the four different versions of the graffiti above.
So the first one is the Jews.
It's anti-Semitic, sir.
Yes, no, I can see that. But the Jews are the men that will not be blamed for nothing. And then the following one, the Jews are not the men who will be blamed for nothing. The next one is the Jews are not the men to be blamed for nothing. And the final one, spelled correctly this time, the Jews are not the men to be blamed for nothing.
Well, they all have the same gist.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
we think there was also some other letters because they just didn't make any sense. And as you can tell, was the spelling, we're as coppers, we're not the best educated men always. We're not
No.
sure if the guy
Really?
misremembered it or if he corrected it, but there are other graffitis around which match those sentiments.
There's a general anti-Semitic theme.
There is, and that's one of the reasons that it was wiped away, was that the chief of police thought it would be a good idea not to blame the Jewish community, who's massive in Whitechapel,
Yeah. I mean-
and so got rid of it as a way of not incriminating poor, innocent Jewish people.
a lot of my clients are Jewish.
Circumcised.
How can you?
Hey, there's one other thing that makes me wonder, because he calls the person who's reading the letter boss.
Yes.
Now, a highly educated man or someone who is the master of their own destiny wouldn't call someone like that boss.
Yes, even this beautiful handwriting begins with "Dear Boss," which is unusual.
Well, we've got Dear Boss on this postcard with the portrait, and what was your one? Your one was Old Boss.
Is that?
I got dear old boss.
Are they addressed to they're addressed to the police?
No, because his one was addressed to the newspaper.
Yeah.
Quick question on that.
Central News Office.
At that time, were police officers when somebody came up? Was it a common term to
Colloquialism.
be, colloquialism to actually
Don't
call them
think
boss?
boss probably just as a general way of going mate. Or,
Hey, boss.
or
Yeah, that's what I mean.
there you
Like,
go,
was
yeah.
it general? Are we
I
focusing
mean,
on
most of the street jargon for coppers is obviously very uncomplimentary.
Yes.
So, and they've got a lot of terminology for what they call cops that none of them are boss, but that kind of mock differential. Yeah.
I'm a God-fearing man. I go to church occasionally, and
Excellent.
I wonder whether we're dealing with something of the devil here.
Oh.
A spirit possession.
Oh.
Well,
Think about it. A spirit possessing different bodies, moving amongst them, murdering people,
you
using
said
other
earlier.
people.
You said earlier you thought it was ritual. None of these mention anything that would help us to think that it's only your letter. Was it your letter? Mentioned the devil.
Yes.
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 From
Oh,
hell. Your letter
have you
said
seen
from
the
hell.
devil with microscope and scalpel looking at a kidney with a slide cocked up? I just wonder whether or not something of that kin, where we're seeing something that moves amongst us, that it takes on a body, something that is unseen, that we're not dealing with a person.
It
But
will explain that it seems that they're all written by different people.
So you mean the one spirit possessing different people of different literary abilities.
And that would explain why the handwriting is different, and it would also explain how they can be in a couple of different places so quickly
Yes.
on the same night.
Sunshine, I've seen every facet of human depravity, and it doesn't surprise me that all of this could be encased in the same person.
Yes, a loony.
So are you saying multiple people, and you're saying one person?
I'm saying it's a real person who's cutting up women on the streets of London. I don't think the devil's involved here. I think it's old Furphy.
Right.
Well, that gives us two lines of investigation to explore. This doesn't seem an overwhelming amount of options.
Well, I would like to ask your
It certainly does open up 2 lines of leads, which gives us more than we had before.
Oh, don't you be thinking that the police haven't tried to investigate every lead we possibly
So
can.
Yes, I'm sure you
So what we've decided is either one person or it's not one person. Doesn't seem like much of a clarification
Well,
to me.
Well, old Licky Blood over here, he seems to have had some kind of connection, and there's something that connects all of you with these dreams you had.
Oh, yes.
Especially your dream of the murder that hadn't happened yet.
Well,
Quick question.
I had my dream at the same time, right?
That's certainly a spiritual
Like
nature.
2 a.m.
That's right.
Quick question. While this is
Yeah.
happening, can I put a bit of blood on my finger and just like put it on my tongue? Just sorry.
Yeah, from the one, that one.
Yeah. I will talk about it after, but I'm going to do that while you're.
Yep. Everyone's looking at the police.
Ugh.
Okay, make a roll.
I'm sure it
Can
happens.
you all please make willpower rolls for me?
I'm sure it happens in police stations more often than you'd think.
People licking the evidence.
Yeah. Oh, look at that bag on the table. I wonder what that is.
Willpower's your power.
Oh, power.
Pretty sure I failed.
Oh, I failed.
I
I
succeeded.
succeed hugely.
Yeah, I
Like
failed.
You
Will
feel
is what one?
the willpower? Power. Up,
You
top,
feel the need.
top right.
Yep.
Need for speed.
You need to go to the toilet.
Oh,
Excuse me for
Can
a
you make
second.
can you make an opposed roll for me?
to see who gets there first.
Mm.
Oh, what are the
chances?
1 in 100.
Roll
One-
again.
This is
One
an
boot,
omen. If
two
that's an
marriages.
omen, I've never
That
seen
is an
that.
omen, all right.
I think I win.
66.
Cool.
You do that thing where you both jam into the door frame and kind of bounce out.
You
then I
feel, and then you need to go to the toilet. You suddenly feel sick and a lurch in your stomach. Can you give me a
Constitution?
Yeah, con roll.
Is this to stop from throwing up?
Mm-hmm.
2. So
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
not
yeah,
throw up.
you
Well, I
get
have
a,
this
really
something
good.
you
good.
know that. Whoa!
Oh,
And then
it's
you control it.
Yeah.
Nathan, can you give me a sanity roll? This is for your lick.
72, so above. So I
Can you take 1d4, please?
ready. Lucky number.
You are overwhelmed by the memory of your dream when you lick the blood.
Yep.
So while we're talking, he
That's
leans
sanity.
over, grabs your letter, and he licks it, and he just
No,
drops.
kind of subtly. I'm trying to be
Yeah,
like,
you
like,
drop to
maybe
your
with the-
knees
and then I just
in a moment of insanity as your body gives out, and you're just like your brain is filled with you know that thing that happens in dreams where so in your case you've got the murder victim there, you are zooming in to be like right close to every wound as it happens, so it's like your eyeball is next to the cut.
No,
So you're
that's
just-
never happened to anyone else.
do I see the blade?
Oh really?
or
You don't
anything
guys
like
don't drink? Oh
No, that's never happened before.
I go and grab Tip.
I
And just kinda hold
I run
him.
to the restrooms.
yeah, okay, you get a rest.
Sanity.
that? Oh,
Two-
sorry.
2
yeah.
points.
I did my luck.
Yeah, I did that too the first
Yeah,
time I did
no
it.
sanity. Or did I roll?
And did you
No.
make your willpower roll?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I did my sanity because that's what I.
No, so you did the willpower before you did the licking.
Oh yes, I passed my willpower.
Okay, cool.
But I didn't pass my
I think
sanity.
it was just
Right.
us that failed roll.
Just you two?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So,
So hang on. So what happened?
so what happens is you are talking, he grabs your letter, licks it, falls to his knees, you have a lurching sensation,
I run
and
to
you
the
run to the bathroom. So you're in the middle of
I-
one on his knees, you've gone to him.
Yeah.
Do we
So-
get a feeling like I feel a great disturbance in the thoughts kind of moment?
Good timing.
Give me a luck roll.
Not sanity. But
I succeeded.
Your lurch is the moment he licks.
What did you just? Did I notice?
No.
Yeah, 'cause you
He
run
was,
to
Can I
the
make
he was
a-
surreptitiously licking until he fell
Can I
to the
make a
ground.
spot hidden check then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Were you out of the room running to the toilet?
He's
or-
running
that's
to the
me.
toilet.
Oh, okay.
I'm already gone.
I thought you were both running.
Can I pull some?
No, he rolled a 2. on
Oh
his
yeah, I
con.
succeeded quite well.
So you see the letter.
What did you just do?
I'm just like dropping it.
Why did you just licked the...
I'm on the ground.
Something
shaking
just
on my
happened.
neck- on my knees.
What?
Something just happened. He just licked a knife. I felt something in the pit of my stomach.
On my knees,
I'm
just
gone.
like, just all
Yeah,
fours,
yeah.
can't move.
Cool.
Is there anybody? I reach into my purse and I pull out some smelling salts
Okay.
and I waft them under Tip's nose.
Cool. Give me a con check.
Everyone, that publican's vanished.
Five.
He's the murderer.
Your sense is clear as if a fog has lifted from your eyes,
Super success.
and you're yourself again.
Just sit back and stand back up.
I'm gonna pick up the piece of what's it called? The postcard, is it?
Yeah.
And give it back to you.
That is. I'm just.
What did you see?
Just.
What did you see?
I can't. I did.
Tell me.
Just like each slice and just each slice
Mhm,
you can
mhm.
see, and then I'm gonna start like,
Babbling.
on the neck from the from blah to blah, and then like exact terminology
Oh
of
my
where,
goodness me.
how, and
Mhm.
I
He is
take a
Jack
step back
Ripper.
and
Okay.
But
Right.
where's Harry?
I come
Hooray!
walking back in,
Hey guys,
buttoning up my trousers.
Buttoning up your fly.
What?
just
Oh.
taking a leak.
Oh, you're alive!
before Zip was.
This is making me feel terribly uncomfortable.
Cool.
So I just suddenly had the urge, so
What?
sorry about it.
At a time like this?
Don't know what came over me, really.
Can you give me a psychology roll?
Something
For me.
funny is happening.
I can try. Oh yeah, I've got pretty good. I succeed. Tick that off.
You get the sense
That you need cookies?
that your bladder was reacting something to do with like the proximity. So this,
I think
these guys,
Neither my player nor my character understand what you're saying.
Please
So,
elaborate.
like,
you were sympathetic.
Do you have any additional
your
information?
constitution was somehow reacting to something that was happening in them
Yep.
at that moment.
Don't
like
do
when
the
you come
brown
back
note.
in having just buttoned
Don't do the brown note.
when you button up your fly and walk back in, having just been to the loo, you get the same sensation again when you are near these two.
Quick question: is that like his superpower? Because that's like the best superpower ever. It's like, what do you do?
What? I need to wee.
sympathetically wee.
When other people,
situations
when
go
other
bad, I
people,
need to poo.
when other people lick bloody postcards, I need to wee. I don't know that's a niche superpower.
Yeah.
That's so niche.
bizarre.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you walk back in and there's that sense of, oh, I need to go again, but it's like that makes no sense. And his scream when you walk in kind of allays that immediately, but you note that.
Most
you feel
ladylike
it.
scream I've ever heard in my
That's so
life.
good.
Heard a woman scream. Oh, that would be me.
So what skill would your smelling salts have been?
First aid.
oh,
First
medicine?
aid? Yeah, first aid, I suppose. First aid. Give it a tick.
Okay.
Just,
Oh, you get the tick without
What?
even a roll.
No.
Hang on, was it
Well,
psychology
what
that
I
I?
thought it was.
Wow.
No, what did I
Great.
wake up with?
You woke up with a constitution roll, so you can't
Can't take-
experience
But
constitution.
it was super.
It was with his
Yeah.
smelling salts. So I would like to enlist you because of your strange connection, and
Oh,
it
and by
is
demonstrated
Powers.
intellectual
And
capacity,
superpowers.
What are you going to call yourself?
I can deduce something he
the
can
publican.
Urine boy.
Bladder boy!
The
That's
With
awesome.
my psychic bladder.
This is like this. You're like, is he telling the truth? He's like, let me just.
Yeah, lick this
There he
postcard.
is.
Oh no,
My
you're
bladder is tingling.
By day, a mild-mannered publican. By night, he becomes bladder boy.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Alright.
So,
Yes.
you're willing. At that moment, there are some footsteps, and you hear a sort of strangely familiar set of footsteps, and you hear a voice saying, "Excuse me," and you turn, and it's Nigel from the British Museum, who sort of looks a bit desperate. He's got clutching a piece of paper.
Come on, in here, quickly.
And he's sort of trying to get the inspector's attention.
Yeah, Nigel.
Oh, are you doing it remotely?
From the,
Well, I don't know the info. If you give me the info, I can do it.
Yeah, so he's just saying he found something at the British Museum.
Quickly, get in here.
Yes. I've got.
Just in here, on the table.
Yes,
put it
yes,
down.
yes. Where is it?
You've received a letter from
I've received a letter here.
saying they've got the knife.
Just hang on a second.
Hang on,
I've got
spit it out. Come on.
What
It's
is
in
it?
one of my pockets. Hang on a second.
Oh, you haven't forgotten it, have
Did
you?
you slap him?
Did you? Sorry.
No, I just kind of
You just-
jolted him out of it.
Yes, no, it's in my briefcase.
Just get some of the salts and
I
Oh my god.
It smells like urine in here. Yes, I've got a letter here, which
yes.
revisit the locate
Here we
the
go.
blade. Yes, here's the blade. The blade. Just there.
So
So what does it say?
we have the knife.
That's it.
The knife. The knife has been returned.
Knife is spelt wrong.
Where did you come by this letter? Has a spelling mistake, by the way.
The museum, of course.
No, but is we referring to you?
I look over to.
Yeah. Of course. Thank you, Nigel. This is very useful. No, this.
Is it a ransom note? Is it similar in a
It just says
handwriting?
we have the NIFE.
May we compare the handwriting of this note to the handwriting on the other letters? I know some of you might not realise, but if they correspond, we might be dealing with the same individual.
All right, give me a spot hidden.
How to pretend to be the smartest person in the room?
Scotland
Oh
Yes.
no! I needed
62.
25.
26.
I needed 25. I got 26.
Oh, come on.
You
Are you going to desperate?
you might go they,
Can I
and then
come
everyone
to the
else is like,
conclusion?
I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure this is certainly similar to this one.
Can I do a comparison?
I want to find it because it'll make me look bright.
I know, I hope you don't.
30.
Is that your spot hidden?
That's a hard success.
Woo!
I love it. It's going to be
looks
between you two.
Similar to
Yeah.
the handwriting of the record of the graffiti.
Ah.
The record.
So you can
So the
use,
graffiti was written on the wall in chalk and got rubbed off, and then various people wrote down what they saw.
various police.
This one.
Okay, hang on.
Weird.
So I'm there pointing this out.
The type.
I'm there saying.
That's all
Worry,
it
is
is.
it
It's a handwritten-
Times
yeah,
New
it's a
Roman? Does it look Times New Roman?
So I'm
or
making
Arial?
like a lattice of
You're-
similarities.
you're-
and
you're-
then she's over there saying, you know what, actually, and
Yeah,
I'm
you're,
like
you're,
annoyed.
you're doing the whole
Excellent.
beautiful mind red string.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Good, good. And she's like, and everyone's like, yeah, I think you're right. I'm like,
Hang on, that's written in Calibri, and that's written in Calibri. I think we found the killer, guys.
He uses
It was
font man.
Microsoft.
So
Quickly,
Nigel,
what does your bladder tell
Nigel.
you, by the way?
where did this note get delivered,
The museum.
and how was it delivered?
Well, I found
The
it when
letter?
I went to my desk.
Yeah.
I was on a lunch break, and it was on the desk.
So he's just recently been
So Jack
to
was,
the museum.
Jack was standing by your desk. Is
Well,
that
no,
what you're saying?
no, it was locked up.
Really? Well, how could somebody put a
What?
letter on your desk?
Detective, why are these people asking me questions?
Well, you did bring it on yourself a bit, really.
I love it. Nobody helps.
Nobody
Look, look, look.
Nigel heads one more step towards
Do we
bitterness.
do we need to head back to the British Museum and investigate?
Well, it's just who's we? These people.
Oh, we've been put onto the case due to my
I
erudite
have-
intellectual observations.
I have asked them.
and some of the other
We've
people's
got to
less.
catch this killer.
Don't worry.
Yes,
You'll work with
detective,
everyone.
I, of course, and I trust you,
And that
obviously.
knife,
but these people.
that blade you showed me the picture of.
The one that was stolen
If that's the
underneath
one that
yours.
did this.
Yes, of course.
It's the one that did.
Detective, that's a.
We need to check the. Can we check the desk for fingerprints? Is that a thing? You know,
No,
what it should
fingerprints
be.
is a, just
Well,
so you know,
no,
we've
fingerprints is
established-
an
no.
We've already established
Currently,
that
sir,
no.
when we leave this building, the only fingerprints in our database will be yours and his.
Oh, brilliant! So we can tell if I've been there.
Oh, so
and
there's
if he's
two
been
criminals who are working with you, right?
there. Imagine if there was a.
Well,
Nigel.
this one here had the great idea that we should keep all the criminals' fingerprints on like a database so we can compare them.
So
What would
criminals are
happen if-
giving you advice on whether or not
It's like
on criminal investigations.
It's
now.
like I've got them. You know, it's like I've caught them sleeping undercover, and they're giving me all the details of
Detective,
the.
I think maybe you should choose who you work with.
It's okay. It's
These
okay.
people-
Boy,
Come on, everybody, let's go to the
They're all
museum.
linked by a dream.
we did it.
And
Well, we were the one that were
I'm,
linked.
I'm happy to clutch at that
Detective, I
straw.
think you need some more
I was about to
sleep.
say, we're at day 70 of Jack the Ripper being out. It's like, you had a dream? You're hired.
You think you have a slight spiritual connection? Come and help me.
Your cousin's name's Jack? Okay.
Let's head to this museum. I'm sure there's more
oh, no.
illumination that could happen there. Yes.
No, nothing more. Just the letter got delivered.
I think
So
we should investigate
nothing
the
more
scene
to-
of the crime.
Yeah, we should go to
I
your
agree.
desk. Wasn't it your desk it was at?
Well, the place was locked up. Nothing to see, really.
Hang on. So it was at your desk.
Oi! Where do you think you're going? You hear that from behind.
Oh.
There's another cop from behind you yells that out, and there's a scampering and a smashing sound as things get tripped over, and someone starts running, and there's like bedlam breaks loose behind you.
Oh. We
What's
are going
Johnny-
to
Follow.
investigate
You
immediately.
see Davis just run, like there are blue-clad coppers everywhere streaming out the
I'm
door.
going to
I
run
hitch
out.
up my
we go.
skirts and I
Alright.
run after them.
Yay!
How's your bladder, John?
And I think
Oh, it's feeling a bit odd.
we're going to take a break at that.
Oh.
Yay!
Excellent.